Okay, let's get back into the game.
Okay, let's get back into the game.
As you can see, I have Vector wired.
As I can see, you have the Victor wired.
Pretty cool, right?
Pretty cool, right?
It goes through my website, which is called Cruddy, and is a public chatbot through my so-called operating system over here into the Vector SDK module, and then to Vector, which is looking at the screen now. And I have this keep control flag set, which means Vector doesn't do anything on his own. He's just sitting there waiting for commands.
That's amazing.
Yeah, isn't it? I like to wire all these things together. The chatbot has its own voice too, provided by Chrome, which is very nice, but for now I use Vector. And yeah, let's see what we can do today to improve this thing, because it doesn't have much functionality yet, apart from the listening and repeating stuff. So I'm paying yet more people to improve this website. There's a tiny bit of cash to spare. I'm paying a programmer, which is new for me. I've never paid a programmer to program anything, seeing as I am a programmer myself. But I want to have this speech recognition on Firefox too and other browsers. And there's a bit of JavaScript that I don't want to make myself. So I'm paying someone on Fiverr. I'm very excited. Yeah, so right now we are declaring these conversations in the chatbot, even though everybody has their own chatbot, public. Because I explained this in another video. It's hard to manage private data for people when the software is in beta status. And we want the system to learn from any conversation, so we want to be able to grab all the conversations and think about them. So right now everybody who partakes here is in a public beta test. Oh yeah. Oh, the programmer, yeah, you make up your prices on Fiverr, $50 for a little script. He accepted it right away. It's a small script. It's connecting the voice activity detector, this one here. Whenever I speak, it lights up, connecting this VAD to a little script that sends data to the server, sends audio to the server. Prices are always very relative, depending on the country and the level of experience and everything, right? I'm still getting a feeling for that myself. I've sold chatbots on Fiverr for pretty much the same price, around about 50 euros. So not everyone is being paid $100 per hour, right? Okay, I'm trying to get into the AI part. First, we need to grab the logs from the server. How would we do that? I might have to program that, and I think right now the boring part of the stream begins, because I need to program something and I actually do it in front of a camera. Later for YouTube, I will maybe cut it out or speed it up. That's an idea I have. Give people just the results. Results are important.
Results are important.
Do you agree? Do you agree?
Do I agree?
Okay, it doesn't answer questions, but it transposes from you to I and stuff. That's something I wrote at some point. Okay, basically we could make the chatbot expose all the dialogues through web. Or we just take one dialogue, because pretty much this is the only bot that's been talked to. I mean, the one with my cookie. I don't think many other people use their bots yet, although there are 25 already. I think it may actually already exist, this interface. Okay, let's see. Sub go. No, you want the boring part? I mean, that's a compliment. Nice to hear that. Grab through HTTP. I have a Java class, cruddy follower, and it's here, it's running, and it does this thing actually. Grabs new chat posts. Hello world.
Turn on your lights.
You know, sometimes I get this, and as you just heard, I did not say this, right? I said hello world, okay? And this comes from the Google speech recognition in Chrome. And that seems like it's just random. Is that somebody else's speech that they mix up and send to me? I didn't say this right now. I had this a few times, and it's always these typical like smart home commands or whatever. Turn on the lights, you know, what's happening? It's rare, but it happens. Okay, try again. Hello world.
Sit world.
Hello world.
Hello world.
Yeah, forget it. Okay, but it's arriving here, and I just need to grab the whole history actually. Yeah, let's try. We have an eval window here, and I can do this stuff here. New true says with history, and we need a cookie value. There it is. Right now it's not even protected. Anybody can use this cookie and like talk to my chatbot, but it's all a beta test, it doesn't matter. I do believe I made it secure. It doesn't do anything dangerous at all. So all you can do is talk random crap with the chatbot. Okay, that worked, and now I can tell it to grab the whole history. Okay, it's a lot of HTML actually. Might be smart to use something else, but it doesn't matter. The thing is, we only get half of the stuff. We get the bot utterances, but we don't get user utterances. Let's see. Let's add that on user utterance. And yeah, yeah. I'm thinking this is stupid. I shouldn't parse HTML. Oh, I forgot. Didn't save my edit. Not there yet. Where's the backend? Here's the backend. Okay, logs, but that's also not what we want. Yeah. There should be a simple way to do this, right? grab full log. Yep. We have a conversation object and it has two levels. It has current dialogue and old dialogues. You can say new dialogue.
New dialogue.
Except you can't, because you have to save this. And it will just clear the window. And stuff goes into old dialogues. Let's say we want the whole thing. Yeah, let's hack it in there. All messages. I think that's it. All messages, okay. We have this conversation object, so we say, you will notice I don't have the autocomplete here, not a very good one anyways, because I use my own web editor and stuff. I use my own language, so I have to make some compromises. Okay, and we could simply JSON encode. Yeah. JSON encode, not directly maybe, with a little twisting. What do we have here? We have a boolean if it's from the user or not, meaning it's from the bot. We have a text. So we map all the messages from user. Yeah, let's make it a map. This whole thing is compressed by the web server. So if you use a more talkative format, it doesn't matter. Okay, yeah, that could be it. Let's see. Nope. Yeah. Okay. Recompile the whole web server. And let's try. Bot grab full log and throw in some cookie. Error. Perfect. Let's look at the server. What's happening? Yeah, even seeing the errors is a bit of a hassle. Also, let's do this. Where is my error? Aha. Something is null, I'm sure. Oh, the conversation might be null, actually. It's not true. Why is it? Now let's check out the actual error, which is also still a manual process. Yes, conversation is null. Why is that the case? That's stupid. Hey, I sent you. Why is it disappearing from the URL? Is it a new feature? Huh? Huh? Oh no. Now I broke the browser. It's called JavaX. It's a front end for Java and it transpiles to Java source code. I needed my own language for many reasons. Yeah, now I broke the browser. That's what you get for live streaming. I pasted the whole source code into the URL field. So now the browser is choking on it. Let's see. Kill all Firefox. Boom. Yeah, Python is good to start with. Absolutely. There's lots of things you just don't need to worry about. Lots of simple scripts you can make that actually work well. That's a good choice. So, where's my conversation? Why is it not happening? I can't work like this. Oh, I've been programming forever. Since I was a small child, actually. So, 35 years ago, I started. Yeah, it's a lot of experience. I try to forget some of the lower level stuff, like the details of the syntax of certain languages. I just throw it out of my head. And I try to focus on the higher level things and on the languages I actually use. Because I have to make lots of these new higher level concepts. So I definitely don't remember everything, but I've learned lots of programming languages and I remember the good ideas in each programming language. I studied Prolog, like the logic programming language, and improved it in significant ways. These are the concepts I care about. And I know all the ways that a string is handled in a language or an integer, all the ways you can do it. But there's no way you can remember all the details of all the languages. So when I do some Python or JavaScript, it's like trial and error. So you can only be an expert at so many things. Programming is so complicated. Amazing. Yeah. Amazing.
Amazing.
All the bugs.
All the birds.
All the bugs.
All the bugs.
At least that still works. I mean, right now we're just looking for a super simple bug. It's just, it doesn't find the conversation. I give it the cookie and it just doesn't find the actual conversation in the database. It's just some stupid bug here. But sometimes that's what happens. I mean, the funny thing is, if I use this normal thing, incremental, yeah, it says right here, grabbed. Yeah, I know. I know. Um, yeah, I know. Yeah, Vector is so good. I really want to make Vector do more things, make my own code, but only so many hours in the day. And not enough money to spend on programmers yet. Working on that. Do I have the wrong cookie or something? What is happening here? I'm like angry that this is not working. Got full block. Where's my cookie? Yeah, can you get that already? I don't completely understand that yet. You can do the Kickstarter. You can buy a share of the Kickstarter, right? I'm not completely understanding that yet. But it seems they're going in a good direction, so that's good. Yeah, okay. Okay, this one works. Incremental. Oh, we're almost there, I think. The code right next to the one I want is working. So... more emotions. Emotions are great, but, like those emotions are terrific. I'm looking for more intelligence, more dialogue, like actual, just like the way I'm starting to do now, just by voice, and more optical recognition. These are the things I really want. Like Vector recognizing new objects, just Vector watching the screen and like commenting on it. That would be so good. You watch like videos and you have Vector sitting here and it just randomly comments on something that it understands. That's just amazing. Something like that. Visual recognition is hard, so yeah. Where's my Exactly, something like, yeah. Get rid of the keyword. I mean, this system here, this website, it works. It has this always listening thing. Right now it means that if you click this, it sends a constant audio stream to Google, and eventually Google might say, "Oh, this is too much. You've been using our speech recognition for three hours or a whole day. It's too much." I've never seen it. I've had this on for hours, so I can always just talk, and Google never blocked this. And we can improve it. We can have this voice activity detection and only send an audio stream to Google when we actually say something. Then we're safe. Right now, we're relying on Google not blocking this. But basically, you can make an always-on speech recognition. And then you can listen for any keyword because you just get all the speech. That's pretty much what I want. I just say anything and the bot responds without any keyword. Or it even understands when it's meant by the tone of voice. You can dream, right? This tone of voice detection. Because when we say these commands, we say them differently than when we talk to people, right? When I talk to a bot, I'm louder, I speak slower, so I'm sure the bot understands me. Yeah, AI is obviously hard. So, no doubt there. Aha, so now we have it. I cannot tell you what I did differently, but now I have what I want. This is the log from my chatbot. Lots of stuff. And some are misrecognized. And that's what I want to do today, actually. Because often I say something and the bot recognizes it wrongly. Just the speech is misrecognized. And then I say the same thing and it's correctly recognized, and I want to clean the log so we see only the correctly recognized things. Because the next step then is then the program can learn from this chat log. In the chat log, actually, there's a little script that I made just by voice. I just said, if this, then that. I don't remember what it was. Oh yeah, it was a script to test other bots. And I want to find this in the chat log and then turn it into an actual script, actual programming by voice. This is the dream. What we want here maybe is also a timestamp, because these corrections happen quickly. I don't correct something I said an hour later, I correct it 5 seconds later. So let's quickly put that in there. Grab full log from user, text, and I think created, time, I think it's called created. See? No, it's not called created, it's called time. There. And a big recompile. Right now it's starting my own transpiler and the compiler and everything. What? Vector's eyes? These are like the dead eyes. When you control it with the SDK, it's like in do nothing mode. It still moves the eyes a little bit. Yeah. Ask the time. I don't know. Haven't noticed that. When you ask the weather, then you get rain on the eyes. Is that what you mean? I'm not exactly sure what you're saying. They have different versions of the eyes. Okay, now we have this text and we have the timestamp. Okay, that's getting somewhere. Let's turn that into a function. Yeah, I can't do right now because it's because Vector is frozen. Yeah, maybe I could do it. I can say keep control or stop that. Oh, and now he's doing stuff. Hey Vector, what's the time?
15:07.
What? There were no eyes. Hey Vector, what's the time?
15:08.
I don't exactly know what you mean, but there are lots of cool animations.
That's amazing.
Get cruddy log random name. Let's copy this one maybe, or we could do this. Clone to class. Here. Shallow clone still work. Let's see. Trying to code as quickly as I can. It compiles, but it doesn't mean that it works. But it might work. This is cool here, this live eval window that I made. You can just try out code live in the system. Oh, that looks pretty good. Did it work? Yeah, okay. So we have all the messages, that's pretty cool. And yeah, let's do something simple, just something we can get done without too much effort. We iterate over all the messages. And we have one message and the next message. And in fact, we should do one less. And we take the time difference. Let's say if it's less than 15 seconds. We just print. So we get anything that was said closely after something else. Yeah, and this is already getting somewhere. For example, here all the birds was misunderstood and all the bugs was the actual thing. And also we will just take the user, things that the user said, not the bot responses. Like this. Okay. And there are lots of these misrecognitions here. Free servers, I actually said 3 servers, for example. And some are just different things completely. And what we can do is make a textual difference. It's called Liebenstein difference. It's the number of characters you have to change or delete or insert from one text to get to the other. So let's just print that. Maybe we format it nicely. Let's see. It might be costly to compute. Let's see. RPad, what do I do? Yeah. Aha. Okay, so here all the birds versus all the bugs, that's just 3 characters changed. This is likely to be a correction of what I said before. This here is definitely not a correction of this. So, yeah, we can move on from there. The kind of AI I want to make is it's a lot of work, many different steps. It's kind of manual, but it's doable. And when all these manual things are made, then the system can start to learn and improve itself. It's harder maybe to make than to make a neural network. but in the end it's going to be better in many ways, because we actually understand what we are doing here. It's not this black box like a neural network is. Okay, let's say we put it in the list candidates. Okay, we did this here actually. Find corrected misrecognitions in chat log. And then we print these candidates by order and map sorted by value. And we want the higher values first. No, we want them last. And we will show this I think like this. Let's see. Too many brackets. Huh. Computers are unflexible. If I leave out some brackets, the system actually adds these brackets. That's something I made. You can use too few brackets, this actually works. But if you use too many, then it kind of, it's not handling it. Whatever, pairs. I think this maybe. Forget this. Now it's gonna work, I promise. Yeah, look here. These are the most likely candidates for misunderstood things. I mean, obviously, this is the same, so that's boring. We should filter those. But here it starts. I actually said stats, I remember that, and it understood starts the first time. So the point is we can save this here as a replacement for next time. So next time if I say, give me some stats.
Give you some stats.
Okay, it understood correctly, but let's say it understood starts. Then it could remember this correction here, apply this, and we have correct recognitions. Because obviously the AI can only work on correctly understood sentences. If a word is misunderstood, it's not going anywhere. Yeah, this is the same thing. This is also correct. Show public, go public. And this also, don't let them fool you, don't let them fool you. And so on. Yeah, that's pretty nice. And then there's a couple of different cases, like if I only correct one word, it should find this one word in the previous sentence and exchange it. And yeah, because we have to work with speech recognition that is not perfect. And usually we don't even get like multiple possible recognitions. We only get one recognition from like Google speech recognition. And that's what we have to work with. From there, we have to make our guesses and make it work. I really want voice control to work, and it has to be it has to be very good. Otherwise, it's annoying. If voice recognition is not good enough, you're not going to use it. So, train models from a server and fetching it using Python. Are you asking me or somebody else? I'm not sure. It's not what I'm doing, but I do my own things. I train my own stuff. I actually don't use neural networks except as part of a prepackaged speech recognition. I'm using a few local recognitions also, like deep speech. Sadly, none of them are as good as like Google speech recognition, but they're free and open source, which is very good. We can actually try this. Let's see. Can you hear me? It worked. I mean, this is deep speech, the Mozilla project with a free model for English. And it's the best open source thing I found so far. I'm still getting back to using Google a lot because it's just better. And as I said, suboptimal recognition is annoying. But it's happening, stuff is happening. For German, there's also a model that somebody made. It's a different project that I found quite nice. And these things already run on like a Raspberry Pi, like on small hardware, but too slow. I mean, too slow. It's like a third of real time. You say something for 2 seconds and it takes 4 more seconds until it's recognized, or 6 seconds even. There's some delay. We are trying to get to the science fiction level of just computers you can talk to. I mean, if Google would like give us their code for the speech recognition, we would all be very happy, but they're probably not going to do it. They just put a lot of effort in there. Obviously, lots of data and many years, and it is very good. This is quite amazing, wouldn't you say?
Amazing, what am I saying?
It is not perfect, but getting better.
It is not perfect, but getting better.
I would say with the complicated sentences, like every other time, it gets it correct. You say it one time, it gets it wrong. You say it again, it gets it right. It's workable. And depends on your pronunciation, obviously. I'm not a native speaker, but doing my best. Yeah. Server temperature. Server is not doing much. Yeah, the main thing I have to solve is like the mode of development, because I'm one guy. I have like a sponsor, so I survive and everything, but I want a team to work with. Motivation is the main problem. I can't do streams all the time because streams are kind of it takes a lot of energy to make a stream, and there are the boring parts. Some people make 8-hour coding streams, and people watch that. 8 hours of someone coding something really abstract. I try to find that audience and connect to them, I guess. If we do that, we could produce stuff. I have this path in my head, like how we can make this AI work. I concentrate on all the text stuff, on reasoning about text. I have whole logic engines that can think about sentences. It's all in the making. It's just I started like from nothing, and it's a lot of work. What is the best rucksack? This is the best rucksack. These are useful. These replacements are useful. We should put this in a database somewhere. Yeah, how about I undo my editing here? We throw out the zeros, start here, and we throw out those with too much difference. Although whatever, we just copy the whole thing. And we can say create, and we can store it in the database. Some corrected misrecognitions plus garbage. Call it a document and upload. So there we go. Basically, we would just have to talk to this thing all the time and make little adjustments and get it to become smarter. It is a huge project, but it's my main project, my big project. So it's all right. Also, we could try to put other languages in here. It's basically just setting a few fields. Google Speech Recognition and Speech Synthesis do pretty much every language on Earth. So we could just have a switch here. Maybe we'll keep the texts here just in English, but allow people to talk in their own language. I should actually do that. I could do it the simple way and just say here lang equals something, just to get that off the ground. And I do hope to collect a lot of chat dialogues that people make. They are agreeing to this as of now. So having data to work on is very good. And I think it's a useful thing. You can just get on the site and start talking to it. I call you friend.
Okay, my name is now Fred.
What is your name?
Fred.
And you can theoretically store things.
New conservatory storage things.
Create object type. Create
Object type.
Create object type.
Create object type.
Create object type. Oh. Somebody took that out of something. Oh, it's blocked by the repeating
Now
thing.
you took that out of something. Now is blocked by the repeated things. Okay.
Create object type.
What is the name of the new object type?
First name.
Object type first name created.
Create first name.
What is the name of the new first name?
Jack.
First name Jack created.
List first names.
Jack.
So there's a minimal database in there. And I just have to improve this whole stuff, make test cases for it, and so on and so on. It's regular development stuff. None of that is not doable, but, you know, I sit here in lockdown. We have lockdown in Germany. Not the hard lockdown, not like police checking your reason of being outside, but we are very much encouraged to stay home, and all this stuff is closed. I went to the Reeperbahn in Hamburg here, where people go to party every weekend. It's all closed. Everything's closed. You can't even go swimming. It's also closed. So we sit at home and try to find stuff to do, which I'm kind of used to, more or less. Not like this, but so I kind of have an advantage because I know lockdown from years already. You know, that was just my life, basically, being at home a lot. So other people are experiencing this now, which gives me a bit of an advantage. But it's still a difficult situation, of course. Yeah. More next time. I stopped this repeating thing. Let's call this here.
Okay.
Repeat after me. Oh, wait. Repeat after me.
Repeat after you.
Goodbye, Vector.
Play Victor.
Goodbye, Vector.
Goodbye Vector.
Oh, one more thing we could do is actually from the log.
One more thing I could do is actually from the log.
Find answers. Just I say goodbye Vector, and then I say goodbye Stefan, and then it learns that this is a good answer. Just reproduce answers from the log file. That should be doable. These are the scripts for the bot, but they don't have access to the log yet. That's basically the only problem. Yeah, let's go for that. I don't know if anyone is still listening or watching, but I want to do that because I've wanted to have that for a long time. Reproduce simple answers from chat log. Let's see, reproduce answers. Why is that? Because the font is too small, or is it? It's not lagging, is it? And they are recoding, I think. Are they not? Tell me if I'm wrong. Chat log. Users only. I thought they recode this. You should have a way. Twitch should do this automatically. No problem. Twitch should do this automatically. Adjust to your bandwidth. Or there's a switch on the Twitch page. Change the quality of playback. I think they recode it automatically. Maybe I'm wrong. I would think they do. There's to multimap. It's rough, but it's a start. I think this could be correct. Nope, it's not. What's happening? That looks good to me. Huh? Someone is screaming next door, but that's usual in this house. Okay, now my JavaX transpiler has a problem. Let's try the other order. Just move things around. Nope, not much better. What's happening here? This is literally the same syntax as here. It's not accepting it. Oh, come on, this is annoying. That's crazy. Okay. I have to do it manually. Let's see. Okay. Now we need to provide it with the messages. Let's see. Oh, we don't have the messages in this module. They are held in another module. That's great. How would we solve this here? Yeah, there's a bit more work involved. How do we get these? Yeah, the chatbot is split in different modules. There's a main thing. This is only one that serves all the web pages here and holds the conversations. Then there is a so-called front end. Here, front end for friend. And this one has the scripts and commands, but it doesn't know the history of what's been said. I mean, it kind of should know this, right? This is really something that should go in here. So, what this one? Make this one swappable. And yeah, sometimes on stream I tend to make preliminary code that is not actually. Where's my construct gone? I have this great construct for swappable functions. And right now it's just not working. Only sometimes. Oh, maybe it's the return type here. Yeah. All right, let's check. Swappable? No. Oh, yes. Yes. Yeah. Okay. Yes, I found the problem, which is good. So I'll still make this work. Let's do this one. Now it's going to compile. Yes, it is. And yeah, I'll get it done on stream. Not sure how many viewers will remain, but okay, this sets up the front end. And Now let's make it even simpler. Or maybe not. Yeah, this is very technical right now. So we want to get all the messages from the conversation. We have the cookie. How do we get all the conversations? Get conv. Aha. Aha. Conv all messages. Ooh. Quite hacky. Maybe now. Failed. Uh-huh. Oh, nice. Yeah, nice. Good for you. So the server has restarted. You can actually try to add the script. Let's see.
Clear script. Okay.
What did I call it? Reproduce answers.
Okay.
Whatever. Good morning, robot. Good morning, human. And now we try, and it's probably not going to work.
Good morning, human.
Wow. Wow. What is the meaning of life? To be happy. What is the meaning of life?
To be happy.
Yeah. Now you can teach it anything. Now you can teach it anything. It is eager to learn. Now you can teach it anything.
Now you can teach it anything.
Now you can teach it anything.
It is eager to learn.
Who's the president? Certainly not you.
Nasty answer.
See, it's already reproducing stuff. Unexpectedly, actually. We have reached the point where the AI will surprise us. Who's the president?
Certainly not you.
You are so nasty. I can't help it. You are so nasty.
I can't help it.
Okay, this is a good result. Is it not? I always produce good results. Yeah. Fuck this one up. I fucked this one up. Yeah, we have a desensoring tool. I wanted to add that anyway. Let's do that. Google censors our speech recognition. Let's put it in somewhere. Where to put it in? Maybe right at the start. Right when the input comes in. Yeah, let's put some pre-processing in here, I guess. Okay, actually it's like here. Message. Add reply, no. Here. Message, it's called message. Okay. Pre-process message. And pre-process is a swappable function. Okay. And then we use our desensoring list. The process is, what's it called? Desensor Google or something? Google desensor. That should actually work. I fucked this one up. Oh, yes I did. I fucked it up. I fucked it up. I fucked it up. No, what is happening here? Oh, I think, yeah, it's just a new form actually. The list is not complete yet. We are completing this list as we find instances here. Don't look at this is bad stuff. There's even German stuff in there. Here's the nasty list. And in about 10 seconds it should have propagated through the system. Let's try again. I fucked it up. Okay, it didn't change yet. Anything wrong here? Correct count. Try again.
I have proof of asterisks debug.
Hey. Let's debug. Let's try again. Oh, this must be doable. Maybe all it took was a reload.
I have proof of asterisks debug.
Preprocessing null to null. Okay, that's amazing. Oh, wrong area, I think. Wrong place. Okay. I think that was it. Look at this lovely dialogue. Yeah. I fucked it up. Now I fixed it. I fucked it up.
Now I fixed it.
Okay. Is this all we did today? But I'm not tired yet. This is all we did today. This is all we did today.
But I'm not tired yet.
Do you like me, Vector? I like you so much. Do you like me, Vector? Do you like me, Vector? Do you like me, Vector? we need to combine these different things we make. If we have the speech correction, which will give us Victor to Vector, and then we have this answer module that works already. We combine these two, then it would answer this here. It just needs to be wired together. Do you like me, Vector?
And you lie to me, Victor.
NLP. Natural Language Processing. NLP.
Natural language processing.
Neuro-linguistic programming. NLP.
Natural language processing.
NLP.
Linguistic programming.
Neuro-linguistic programming. See, so when we combine all these, and it understands that this here is the correction of that above here, it will correctly produce the answer. And it does random, I programmed the random thing in there. So it gives us one of these two interpretations. Yeah. Whew. Any more ideas? I have no ideas whatsoever. Any more ideas?
I have no idea whatsoever.
Vector is getting smart. Do you think I'm stupid? Victor is getting smart. Victor is getting smart. Victor is getting smart.
You
No, I don't think that. Then I'm good. Vector is getting smart.
No, I don't think that.
Too bad. Too bad. That is too bad. Often complete sentences work better. For obvious reasons. For obvious reasons. What do we do next? Just make a proposal. What do we do next?
Just make a proposal.
Yeah, what do you say? One day we will just accidentally have made Vector intelligent. Just step by step. Yeah, I'm still thinking about how to make people take part. So now I make this chatbot public and no login and everything. It'll be so good when people start using it. Just you kind of make the assumption that the bot is smart, and then through this assumption it actually gets smart. So it's kind of, you anticipate the result in your head and then you get to see the result. I think that's how it works. Okay, if you don't have any more ideas, I might end the stream. Let me know in 5 seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, boom. 5, 4, 3.
21 boom.
Almost.
Time to sleep.
Really? No, not really. Almost.
Really?
No, not really.
Almost.
It's alive. Alive and kicking. It's alive.
Alive and kicking.
Flawless. Perfect. Flawless. Flawless.
Perfect.
Alive and kicking.
It's alive.
Wow. Just wow. Wow.
Just wow.
Yeah, facial recognition, of course. Yeah, I mean, Vector has it, right? Yeah, lots of recognitions is what we want. I mean, right now I'm the only guy here, but Vector could watch the screen. In fact, it does watch the screen. Where is it? Here. For example, it could move its head towards the movement. In the image, finding the moving parts is not that hard. So if there's like a movie playing, it could look, adjust its head, look at the movie, and even comment on that. Just say random stuff. And if it could recognize people I have on screen, that's what I'm saying. It all has to be integrated and tested and everything until the AI can optimize itself. And often software is not open source or not free, or there's a technical problem. I mean, on a PC, you have almost all the possibilities, but especially TensorFlow does not run on GPU on all machines. This is an AMD Ryzen with integrated GPU, which would have some computing power, but there are problems. I think AMD is not giving out the drivers for Linux for the GPU stuff. So TensorFlow runs on CPU only. on my notebook. It's a pity. I mean, some licensing stuff. I think on Windows I would be fine, but I just really want to use Linux. I can't switch to Windows. You know, it's a pity. It's really sad. It's a pity.
It's really sad.
You know, it's already a useful bot. You know, this just affirms what people say. You know, people like to hear certain things and the bot just can't provide them. Yeah, CUDA, yeah, exactly. CUDA is acquired. I'm just saying that the computing power is basically there, but the chip is not being used for licensing political reasons. Yeah, exactly. So I need a separate machine or whatever. Don't have the money right now. I would like to buy a PC that does this sort of stuff. Yeah, there's still some ways to go for the industry as a whole. Many things are universally available, but not everything yet. Yeah. We still need stuff to do, right? Out of ideas. Out of ideas. Out of everything. Out of ideas.
Out of everything.
Out of milk. Out of milk. Out of order. Out of everything.
Out of ideas.
TensorFlow. I use TensorFlow. And one more thing we can program is that we can make patterns. For example, this, do this, you can make it into a pattern when we treat this as a wildcard. If somebody says Windows, you could say I use Windows, because Windows is also a software. So the facts would be TensorFlow is a software, Windows is a software, and then it can make patterns out of things we say, to say new stuff. And we have some actual NLP. I do have a program for that sort of stuff. Oops. Windows is a program. TensorFlow is a program. X is a program. I use $X. And then we have already, I use Windows and I use TensorFlow as facts. This is how my logic engine works. Stuff. Windows. It's evil, I know. What does it say now? I use Windows, I don't use Windows, and let's do one more rule. I use X and I don't use X. I am very confused about $X. Here. Nice, right? You don't even have to run these programs, you just type them in and it runs them instantly. This is a good engine actually, very flexible. Google Colab, yeah, many things are yeah. Google Colab. I'm not sure what it is actually. And in general, I want to get away from web services. I want to have software that I can run myself. So much stuff is only available as a web service. It's always the question, do they make money with it? Is it open source or not? Amazingly, many people make money with Linux and Linux-related products. Even though Linux is free, I want to make money myself, so do I sell stuff? Do I open source it? I still open source almost everything, and still I believe I will make money. Or I actually do already. So I believe in free software, is what I'm saying. Yeah. Well, this turned out a good stream, it was nice. I've been thinking the last few days about how to do this. And it seems it worked out. This worked out fine. This worked out fine. I told you so. This worked out fine. This worked out fine. This worked out fine.
I told you so.
Yeah, we should start matching similar things like this and this, just assume that it is similar. Then it could have answered here already. Yeah. Give me more ideas. Create object
type.
Yeah. Create object type.
Program.
Yeah, the different modules are shadowing each other. I wanted the actual function create object type, but now the module that makes random responses is triggering first. We need a list of priority. The actual functions need to have priority over random answers. List scripts. Oh, wait. List scripts. Yeah, it doesn't even do that anymore. Wait. No, it should. Yeah, okay, it doesn't. These are the two scripts we are running. And then the database script is not even listed. Yeah, the architecture is in flux. You are so buggy. Are you insulting me? You are so buggy.
Are you insulting me?
This never gets old. I am always fresh. This never gets old.
I am always fresh.
Yep. Yeah. Any more questions, thoughts, anything? I believe this is a new kind of website. A website where you get your personal chatbot without any effort. The chatbot is even going to greet you and tell you things you can do, like here. So I want to make the competition for Ask Google. When people have a question, you usually say Ask Google, and I say Ask Cruddy. Just go to cruddy.site and click on Listen and ask your question. What is 50°C in Fahrenheit? Let's make one more script. I feel like it. Converter. If what is C in Fahrenheit? Fahrenheit. Celsius to Fahrenheit. Here. This could actually work already. These simple scripts are not much effort to make, unless I screw things up. Yeah, exactly, right? It's a really new thing, I guess. I mean, Alexa and everything is just a completely different model of Alexa is a chatbot, right? But Alexa is just packaged completely differently. I mean, not completely, but you need a smartphone or you need this and that. Here you only need a browser. Okay, let's try the converter script. I think that should work actually. Converter.
Okay.
What is 100°C in Fahrenheit?
212.0 Fahrenheit.
Thank you. You are welcome, moron. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Steps.
Thank you.
You are welcome, moron.
Don't insult me. Don't insult me. Why not?
Stop repeating.
I'm not repeating. This can go on forever. Forever and ever. Yeah, it's a bit like, what was it called? A chatterbot? Chatterbot, right? Let's try. Do you know chatterbot? Do you know chatterbot? Yeah, Google doesn't recognize it. This one, right? That was a chatbot that knew lots of answers, but it was not really smart. It was just finding some answer that sounded good. I want to go beyond that. I want more smartness in that. Not only fake it, but actually understand things. A lofty goal. You will never make it. A lofty goal.
You will never make it.
Shut up. Shut up yourself. Shut up.
Shut up yourself.
I love you, Vector. Thank you.
Steps.
Wherever that came from. Lol. 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 Laughing my ass off. LOL.
Laughing my ass off.
You don't have an ass. Oopsie. Oopsie. Okay.
I've always wanted this.
That's good to hear. Yeah. It's addictive. You are addictive. It's addictive.
You are addicted.
Thank you so much. Yeah. I mean, I could like pay people for simple things. Like, I could pay writers for making dialogues for the chatbot. I just want to work with people in some way, and it seems that people want money. So, even with the small funds I have, I might find some creative ways of actually giving people work, which is nice, and improving the bot. Or I could say just test the website and pay people for that. Fiverr is pretty cheap usually. Yeah. I need to be creative. Tai, yeah, but yeah, I know. Yeah. I think Microsoft just mishandled this on the social level. It's not a technical problem, really. I mean, bots can say weird things. If I teach them weird things in here, yeah, but if I put racist stuff in here, the bot will be racist. It's just a repeating engine. I'm not really sure why people blamed it on the bot, that it was fed with questionable content. It's to be expected. Okay, children do the same thing. They repeat everything, whether it's nasty or not. And then the parents say, oh, this is a nasty word, and they learn that. But well, how should the bot tell that? Being racist is pretty complicated as a concept. I mean, unless you say certain words which are considered bad. But you have to understand the message in order to see whether it's an evil message or not. How should the bot do that? So I think it was just miscommunicated by Microsoft. They shouldn't have let it out in the wild the way they did, I guess. It says more about society than about the bot. The bot was pretty much just a repeating bot. like this one here. So that's my guess. Yeah, exactly. So it didn't say anything bad about the technology, really. Just we need to find a way how to handle bots. People took what the bot said too seriously, right? It was just a little program. Neural networks make weird and crazy pictures, and nobody says, oh, this, I believe in this picture suddenly. I believe that this deepfake is actually real. You know it's a deepfake. And if a bot says something, why do you think it's real? Or, you know, I don't really understand what was going on there. It's this whole thing with races and everything. There's a lot of craziness going on. Everybody wants to call everybody racist, whether it makes sense or not. So it's related to the topic of free speech and whatever. Yeah, that's my take on it. I don't know. I try to avoid the same problem. I hope I'm able to do that. You put a big label on it and say, this bot may be crazy. Don't expect too much. I don't know. Or we just have everybody talk to their own bot and not share the bots, not share the content between the bots that much. Then everybody's responsible for their own crap they produce. Don't blame other people. Always blame yourself. Don't blame other people.
Always blame yourself.
That's bad advice. That is bad advice. Advice.
That is bad advice.
You are the funniest robot. I am the best robot. You are the funniest robot. You are the funniest robot.
I am the best robot.
I could do this all day, I guess. How long is this stream? Oh well. 1.5 hours. Yeah, we might get to the point where talking to the bot is actually fun and productive, and then things get a lot easier. The further we get away from this hardcore programming. This is the okay programming, and then there's a hardcore programming of the core stuff, and that is tedious. It's tedious for me too, not only for other people. So when we get here and train the bot here, it's gonna be fun. I think Skynet is evil. No, Skynet is very good. I think Skynet is evil. I think Skynet is evil.
Oh, Spider's very good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Do you know everything? I am God Almighty. Do you know everything?
I am God Almighty.
If Vector says this, it must be true. I believe everything that Vector says. I believe everything Vector says. Yeah, we should finish this quickly. These misrecognitions of Vector's name. Victory or Victor or something. Just assume it means Vector most of the time. Yay. Okay. This is so nice. I'm reluctant to turn off the camera. Done. But I guess I might do it now. Thank you. You're also from the Vector chat, I'm sure. Do you have the same username on the Vector chat? Maybe we can talk there. Okay, I think I will turn the camera off. I will turn you off now. No, please don't do that. I will turn you off now.
Oh, please don't do that.
I am sorry. I didn't mean you, Vector. I didn't mean you, Vector. And that's acceptable. That Google hears Victor instead of Vector. That's acceptable. They don't know that Vector is a person's name. Oh, you don't have a Vector? Okay. But you're in the chat? In the Vector chat? Do you have a Cosmo? Nope. What's that? Computers can handle so much information. You just have to teach them how to do it. I will teach you. I am your student. I will teach you.
I am just.
Yeah. Didn't work as planned. Okay. Maybe call it a day. Gather more ideas and come back. I will get more ideas and come back. See you later. See you later. Yeah, we need this correction thing so it can produce this answer from this question and not go through this one. This needs to be dropped. I prepared this as I showed. Well, maybe I could actually, can I do this? No, it's not so easy to do right now. What is it? What's the character difference here? From simulator to see you later, how many characters are different? 7. It's quite a lot. The system will probably not see that this is a misrecognition. No, this is a misrecognition of this here. It looks too different, although it's pretty similar. Yeah, see. We need this interaction of the system assuming some things, showing them to me, and I say this is a correct assumption, this is not a correct assumption. This interactive training is also something we need. Yes, it's a big task, as I said. Okay, now I will finally end the stream, I think. Thank you for being here. My pleasure. Thank you for being here. Thank you for being here.
My pleasure.
We need a laughter detector. I googled for it one day. If someone, with your TensorFlow stuff, you could make that. Make a laughter detector. Laughter detector. Bye. Laugh detector. Laughter detection. Oh yeah, if this works, I will incorporate it right away. Okay, it's Python and stuff. Yeah, I'll check that out for next time. Laughter detection. If I laugh, the bot will say it did something good. Okay, bye-bye.